Ano, oras na pala. Malate pa kami. Ano na kami na.
O sige, mag-ingat kayo. Check nyo muna kung wala kayong naiyon na mga gamit bago kayo umalis.
Wala naman na.
O sige.
O, ikaw anak.
Maglilinis na lang ako dito, daddy, mamaya.
O, sige, tsaka ilak mo na maayos yung pinto ha. Yung kwarto, inisin mo ha. Kalat ka ng kalat dyan. Mauna na kami.
Opo, ingat po kayo, daddy.
Bye.
Ingat, mami.
Morning came on May 5, 2026. The Dalusong family left their home believing it will be just another normal day. But behind their closed doors of their peaceful home, a horrifying crime was about to unfold. 3 crimes committed in a single night by someone the family never suspected.
Mas ko ng gasan.
Ito, mamamalengke lang. Wala kasing ulam sa bahay eh.
Yung anak mo maliit, si Andrea, nasaan? Ba't parang di ko nakikita?
Wala siya. Napagod. Ang kulit kasi kagabi eh. So, sige, una na ako.
Okay, ingat, Mars.
Kaya tayo paring Carl, pari. Mapin. Naro, tuloy tayo yung tabalak tama. Pero, kini ka ba? Ano, kaya tata? Ano? Pero, ini na. Pero.
Hindi na naman mabrabukas. Nakaisi mo yung shot namin.
Baru na pala inom yung asin niya pa na yung manag ka.
Wala yun ang kain sa cellphone niya. O, shot tayo.
Shot pa ba?
Wala.
Choice tayo pa ulit, kahit asali.
Hindi mo pa wari.
Oo! Asalin ako, bata na may alay agad.
O, yun naman tayo, banta, pasalin na natin sa bahay.
Sige, asalin ako ba?
Nak! Andrea! Bili ka nga ng alak doon, wala na kaming iniinom. Nabitin daw si pare ko eh. Mano ka sa
Galing
mga...
ka muna, pare.
Wow, pare.
Pila na kayang banuin mo?
Tracy.
Oo.
Let's go.
Ay, saan? Diyan sa eskwela yan, saan?
Ay,
Gracia?
Dad, may babaalam po dito. Mahihingi lang po ako ng 5K for our group video.
5K, ang laki naman nun.
Dinan mo na yan, pare.
Ah, pwede. Ayun ako, may muta lang mo naman yan.
Sige na, tingnan mo, sinasabi nila.
Paano naman, nakapero?
Kalagad naman yan.
Ay.
Dinan mo na yan.
Sige na, Dad, please.
O, pili ka muna ng yelo, tsaka na natin pag-usapan na.
Thank you po.
Tsaka alak na.
Sige po.
Pare! Pare!
Pinakaw ba?
Wala lang po.
Talaga.
Kaya talaga yung mga card. Wala.
Anayin niya mo yung anak ko paratang na yan. Sinalihan pa nga ano. Kagigil
Utan
na
mo
yan.
kayo talaga.
Ilan taon bro? Bala mo yung kabayo ganyan.
Sige, sige, pare. Kami na ba lagi?
Lumingat ka na. Napakalago na talaga niya ng parang card na.
Kahit
Kaya ka-sexy.
Ano pa ang kwalto?
Open. Ilan ang kwalto kayo ni kaya katamo.
Balo nga pare ay sibu. Kaya ka na mo.
Oo, nanta para.
Tatanggap ka, kuluban na.
Kapilan. Kaya ako, bisa ako para.
Ikaw, nung kaplang ka pwede. Basta ito nga lang mga nalit.
O sige, tiyempohan tayo. Tangalalo. Tangalang tao kayo ng balay. Punta lang tayo ng balay kapag alalo.
Sige, panakalan tayo.
Awa, sige.
Kaya tama, ganyan ko na.
Ano?
Nan, tara na.
Ako, subang pa, pag-asa ko ninyo.
Walang, kailangan mag-impisa din tayo yan, pare.
Ali, mabilis mo, promise.
Oto, datangan na katamang paring card kayo.
Ali, maniwala ka ako, mabilis mo yun.
Una ang gawin ko.
Talan na yung mag-anak, banta. Ay, papalag.
Alaw, labas ko yan ya. So, pandaan.
Basta soban mo ko.
Nino, tama na! Ayoko na, Nino, masakit na! Nino, wala ka na! Ayoko na.
Ano pare, yari na ka? Tara na. Ano mo kapag yan pare? Tara na. Tara na.
Ay, kaya ta.
Alam mag-empisa gan tayo pare. Nanong gawa mo?
Ay, huwag din balo.
Tara na, lakonta na eh. Puto dos na nakatapang paring card game.
Andrea, anak, kung hindi ka pa nakakapaglinis ng bahay ah. Ba't ang kalat pa din? Sabi ko maglinis ka eh. Anak? Anak, gumising ka na. Nabili ko na yung paborito niyong seafood ng ate mo. Anak, gumising ka na. Teka, bakit parang wala akong pulso?
Maaari po ba kami magtanong ng konting katanungan para sa pamilyang to?
Okay na sir.
Unang tanong po, anong buong pangalan niyo?
Geraldine Di Jesus.
Ilang taong bulan na po kayo?
33 sir.
Itatanong ko lang po kung ano po yung relasyon niyo sa pamilya nila.
Kapitbahay ko sila tapos kaibigan ko nga si kumaring Ray.
May napansin ka ba nung time na nangyari yun? Na may parang kakaiba?
Yun nga, habang kumakain nga ako sa tindahan, nakatambay ako doon. May nakita nga ako na palakad-lakad. 2 tao yun.
Maaari mo bang nilarawan kung ano yung mga suot ng dalawang tao?
Masyado kasing madilim doon eh. Pero yung pagkakatanda ko, matangkad na tao sila. Tapos sakto-sakto lang yung katawan, tapos mataba. Mataba at maputi. Ganun.
Gaano kakalayo sa pinangyarihan ng ito?
Hindi naman gano'ng malayo, hindi rin naman gano'ng malapit. Sakto lang.
So, tanong niyo po yung nangyari. Na pumasok sila sa bahay nila.
Pag-iulit po siya.
Nakita niyo bang pumasok yung dalawa?
Oo, nakita ko kasi sabay sila naglalakad papunta doon sa eskinito.
Okay. Yun lang po yung mga tanong namin. Maraming salamat po sa cooperation.
Maraming maraming.
Paano ka?
An, wala na si Andrian.
Anong wala na?
Wala na siya.
Nasaan siya?
Nandun siya sa loob. An. Nay! Si Andrian!
Anong nangyari dito? Nasaan ang anak ko?
Sir, dito lang po kayo, sir.
Anak,
Dito
saan
lang
yung
po
bahay
kayo.
na to eh? Papasukin niyo.
Dito lang po
Gusto
kayo,
ko
sir.
makita ang
Dito lang
anak
po
ko.
kayo, sir.
Anak,
Bawal po kayo pumasok, sir.
nasaan ang anak ko? Anong nangyari sa anak ko? Sino gawa sa kanya ko? Ang anak ko!
Huwag kang mag-aalala, sir. Gagawin namin lahat para makawali yung mga salarin sa pagkamatay ng iyong anak. Isa rin akong tatay, kaya alam ko yung nararamdaman mo.
Hindi ko mapabot.
Gagawin namin ang lahat, sir, para mawali yung mga salarin.
Is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Hi guys, today we're going to discuss to you the element and legal doctrines of our case scenario explanation. Background of the case. This case involved the special complex crime of robbery with rape and homicide under Article 294 of the Revised Penal Code of the Philippines. The fact shows that the accused entered the victim's house during the afternoon while the family member were away. The only person left inside the house was a minor girl. The two accused were personally known and trusted by the victim's family, particularly by the father. Because of this relationship, they were able to enter the house without forceful entry and without immediately raising suspicions. However, their true intention was to commit robbery by taking valuables such as money, jewelry, gadgets, and other personal property found inside the house. The evidence also show conspiracy. Conspiracy exists when two or more persons come to an agreement to commit a felony and decide to commit it. In this case, the coordinated act of the accused clearly demonstrate unity of purpose of community of criminal design. One searched for valuable while the other restrained and assaulted the victim. Their action complemented each other toward one criminal objective. During the robbery, the victim was sexually assaulted through force and intimidation. Afterwards, she was killed to prevent her from identifying the offenders and to ensure the successful escape of the accused. Therefore, the robbery, rape, and killing were all connected and form one indivisible special complex crime. Now we will going to talk about robbery doctrines, explanation, and elements. Now we will discuss the specific element of the crime involved. First is the crime of robbery. The element of robbery are there is personal property belonging to another. Second, the property is taken with intent to gain or inimus lucrandi. Third, the taking is done with violence, intimidation, or force. And fourth, the taking is without the consent of the owner. In this case, the accused took valuable from the family home without permission, and with intent to gain. The taking was accompanied by intimidation and violence because the victim was assaulted and later killed. Under Philippine criminal law, robbery is committed when personal property belonging to another is taken, with intent to gain through violence, intimidation, or force upon things. The first element is that there must be personal property belonging to another person. In this case, the valuable inside the house belong to the victim's family and not to the accused. Second, there must be unlawful taking of asportation with intent to gain, also known as animus lucrandi. Intent to gain does not necessarily mean actual profit. The mere act of taking property for personal benefit already satisfies this element. Third, the taking must be accompanied by violence or intimidation against persons. Here, violence was clearly present because the victim was restrained, sexually assaulted, and eventually killed. And also, how they enter the house. If you can see in the video presentation or in the short video presentation, they enter the house by climbing the gate of the family. And fourth, the taking was done without the consent of the owner. The accused has had no lawful authority to remove or possess the item taken from the residence. Most importantly, in robbery with homicide, the original intent is robbery. The homicide or killing committed by reason or an accusation of the robbery merely aggravates the offense into a special complex crime. Therefore, even if the killing happened after the taking of property, the law still consider it robbery with homicide because the killing was connected to the robbery. And now, we will talk about rape doctrine, explanation, and elements. Under Philippine law, the element of rape are the offender had carnal knowledge of a movement. Second, the act was done through force, intimidation, or when the victim was deprived of reason of unconscious. Third, when the offended party is deprived of reason of otherwise unconscious. Fourth, by means of fraudulent machination of grave abuse of authority. And five, when the offended party is under 12 years of age or is demented even though none of the circumstances mentioned above be present. In this case, the victim was a minor and was alone inside the house. She was defenseless against the accused. The prosecution can prove rape through medical findings, physical injuries, and other evidence gathered during the investigation. Under Article 266-A of the Revised Penal Code, rape is committed when a man has carnal knowledge of a woman under circumstances involving force, intimidation, deprivation of reason, unconsciousness, fraudulent machination, grave abuse of authority, or when the victim is under 12 years old. Here, we can see in the video that the accused used force to rape the victim, and also it uses a abusive uh, abusive abusive part to silence or to rape the person. The first essential element in carnal knowledge or sexual intercourse. Second, the act must be committed through force, intimidation, or without valid consent. In this case, the victim was alone, physically overpowered, and unable to resist effectively because one accused restrained her while the other committed the sexual assault. Third, the victim being a minor further strengthens the prosecution's case because minors are considered vulnerable and incapable of fully protecting themselves from coercive situation. Physically evidence such as medical examination, genital injuries, DNA evidence, torn clothing, and witness testimony may all be used to establish the occurrence of rape. In criminal law, rape may still be proven even without eyewitness because the testimony of the victim, when credible and consistent, is sufficient for conviction. Since the rape occurred on the accusation of the robbery, it became part of the special complex crime of robbery with rape. The law treats the offense as one integrated felony rather than separate crimes because all the act arose from one criminal design. And lastly, the homicide doctrine explanation and elements. Third is homicide. The elements of homicide are: first, a person was killed and the accused caused the death. Second, the killing was not justified by law. And third, there was intent to kill. In this case, the victim died under the assault. The killing was intentionally done to silence the victim and prevent identification of the offenders. Under Article 249 of the Revised Penal Code, homicide is committed when a person kills another without the qualifying circumstances required for murder. The first element is that a person was killed. In this case, the victim died after the assault committed by the accused. Second, the accused caused the death of the victim. The prosecution may establish this through autopsy findings, medical reports, and physical evidence and surrounding circumstances. Third, the killing must not be justified by law. There was clearly no lawful justification, such as self defense, defense of relatives, or fulfillment of duty. Fourth, there must be intent to kill, which may be inferred from the nature of the injuries inflicted and the manner of attack. The facts suggest that the accused intentionally killed the victim to silence her and prevent identification. In robbery with homicide, the term homicide is used in its generic sense. This means that even if the killing could technically qualify as murder because of treachery or abuse of superior strength, the law still designates the offense as robbery with homicide once the killing occurs by reason of on on the accusation of the robbery. The killing therefore became absorbed into the special complex crime and the offender became liable for one grave offense carrying a heavy penalty.
Good day, sir. Good day po, everyone. Thank you for explaining, Miss Olalia, the elements and the background of the case of our film. And now I'm going to tackle the the complexity of the crime. By the way, I am Leonard Josh, Yalong Makapagal po. And let's start. The complexity of the case. The case became a special complex crime of robbery with rape and homicide because the robbery was the original criminal design and the rape and killing happened on the occasion of the robbery. After the incident po, the family discovered the victim and immediately informed the police authorities. Then the police conducted an investigation by collecting the witness statements and medical and autopsy report of the medico legal. Through the investigation, both accused were identified and arrested because due to the statement of the witness that provided a strong evidence on the case. The case was later filed in court, then the trial proceeded. But before the trial started, the two accused confesses that they committed the crime of robbery with rape and homicide. Well, let me give you a background what is complex crimes. No? It is when a single act constitutes two or more grave or less grave felonies, or when an offense is necessary means for committing the other, the penalty for the most serious crime shall be imposed, the same to apply in its maximum period. Well, in order to determine whether two offenses constitute a complex crime, we should not find out whether, in accordance with their definition by law, one of them is an essential element of the other, such as physical injuries, which cause the cause of which causes the death of the victim, or stealing of personal property without the consent of the owner through force or violence. Or in such cases, there would be only one single offense of homicide in the first and robbery in the second case. Well, as you seen to our film, the first did plan conspiracy. Well, I'm going to tackle about conspiracy after the complex of the case, no? The complex crime of the case. So they first entered the uh, the gate of the house na kakilala nila, na kung saan pinaplanuhan nila talaga na pasukin yung bahay kasi alam nila kung kailan wala yung mga tao doon sa bahay. So now, they uh, they committed robbery, no, through force, okay, through force entry with intent to gain and some more any other element, no, as discussed by Miss Olalia. Then one robbery, no, the one robber pala already, I mean, has another plan, no. He wants to rape the victim on his mind. Meron siyang pagnanasa doon sa isa sa mga victim ng robbery, na kung saan ay naging victim ng rape with homicide. Pinatay niya ito gamit ang kanyang lakas, no, sa pamamagitan ng strangulation, pagsasakal sa biktima, na nag-cause ng suffocation sa victim. And ang isa sa mga robber is hinahawakan niya yung kamay, no? Hinawakan niya yung kamay nung rape victim para hindi ito makapag-resist. Now let's go to the conspiracy. Conspiracy exists when two or more persons agree to commit a crime and cooperate in carrying it out, even if only one accused personally committed the crime, and the other accused may still become liable because he actively participated in the robbery and remain involved during the commission of the crimes. Well, based on the Supreme Court of the Philippines, no, usually follows the principle that the act of one conspirator is the act of all. This means that once conspiracy is proven, both accused may become equally liable for the crimes committed during the robbery. In judging the case, the Supreme Court will determine whether the elements of robbery, rape, homicide, and conspiracy were proven beyond reasonable doubt. The court will also consider aggravating circumstances such as the abuse of trust, because the accused or the two accused were close to the victim's father. The minority of the victim because the rape victim is an elementary student, no? And the defenseless condition of the child. No? Since if conspiracy is proven, both accused may be sentenced to reclusion perpetua or life imprisonment. It may also be ordered to pay civil, moral, and exemplary damages to the victim's family. However, if the court finds that the second accused had no participation or knowledge regarding the rape and homicide, then liabilities may be separated. One accused may only be convicted of robbery, while the other may be convicted of robbery with rape and homicide. So, as you've seen again, dun sa, sa rape scene to our film, no? Sa pagtulong ng pangalawang conspirator, no? Sa pag-rape dun sa victim by using his hands, no? To control the hands of the victim para hindi ito makapag resist, no? Well, based on Philippine criminal law, specifically the Revised Penal Code RPC, the second person holds significant criminal liability as a principal by direct participation in the special complex crime of robbery with rape. Well, there's three principle of liability sa conspiracy. As I said, no, the act of one is the act of all. Because the two persons conspired to commit robbery and rape was committed on the occasion of that robbery, the second person is liable for the rape, even if they only held the victim's hand, no, based sa Philippine criminal law, no, sa RPC. And essential participation, holding the victim's hands to prevent escape, directly facilitates the rape, making the act a form of direct participation in the commission of the rape itself, not merely an accomplice. So the Supreme Court has ruled that if the intent was to rob and rape was committed by one of the perpetrators during the robbery, all conspirators are liable for the special complex crime of robbery with rape. Kasi hindi naman siya nasama dun sa pagpatay. So it's just robbery with rape. That's his criminal liability. While the one who actually raped the victim through carnal knowledge, he was liable of robbery with rape and homicide because he killed the victim. So that's all po. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.